Here I am, finally. It took me 40 years to get here. This is the desert, Deir Zor, in present-day Syria. The killing fields. Here, hundreds of thousands of Armenians were slaughtered. The year was 1915, when my people were driven out from their homeland by the Ottoman Turks. Trapped in these sands is the story of my grandmother. I grew up in Beirut. We were a big family. In this tiny apartment, we were 7. There were children everywhere, inside the apartment, outside on the streets and on the stairs. Time seems to stand still in these streets. Grandma lived in the apartment just above us. Mom still lives in the apartment below. Even now, the sound of children playing fills the air with a feeling of community. I too lived my childhood on those stairs. It is here I learned to read, I played and sang. It's here that Grandma promised that one day I would become a princess. I remember the summer day. I was playing outside her door when a red robin flickered above me and then perched on my head. I was frightened and screamed. Grandma opened the door, gave me a wry look, then said something that I would never forget. "What a good omen. You'll be a princess when you grow up." Probably the only nice words she ever said to me. But I never liked Grandma. She never hugged me, she never kissed me, she never gave me a smile. And when she came down those 20 steps every morning, sat in a corner for long hours, we all felt ill with her suffocating presence.
Hi, good girl! Mama na çerpanar paçetemin. Yala et toğille gıser.
Ay, tursen incer kızır.
Ençu çerpana.
Çerpa.
Şamiyotini bir maralikin ince tak 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 tak.
Çem gider meze orma lok tutsace.
Getirnem.
Garo caro ve pano ve gıkısse gorku kostuni bantaros ne buraya. Lagani meçe trazenzi be. Gane goran aç geri sayretsa. Geçer gortu. Çem gider hiç anangin. Ser çuneyin mezantep. Dedeyin açırsın.
Dedeyin ne çırçırı.
Çırçırı dedeyin.
Yani zeran menor.
Gehişes cerkere murat.
Ha, sen panera garayo. Tatuner.
I was scared of Grandma. She was weird. The blue tattoos on her hands and on her face disgusted me. Devilish signs that came from a dark world. As a child, I never dared to ask about her tattoos. Only now have I realized what these strange marks meant. Only now I know that they were the signs of violence and slavery. Grandma has long since passed away. For many years, I had carefully cut out Grandma from my world. I had meticulously wiped clean her tattooed hands. Although here in Sweden, I have been making films and writing about the Armenian genocide, the astonishing fact is that I never understood that my own grandma was one of the victims. It all started when I stumbled across some long-lost documents. The Nearest Relief Foundation had prepared hundreds of case files about young Armenian girls and children who were rescued from the desert between the years 1919 and 1926.
963, name of Sana, was 9 years old when she was separated from her parents. She ended up in Deir el-Zor. She lived for 11 years with the man who abducted her. 197, named Melek, was deported with her family. On the road, she was dragged away by an Arab. 1012, named Zarif. 1040 does not remember anything. Name Astrig, age 16.
There was something horrid about those photos, something evil. They reminded me of my grandma, her hands, her odd marks. I was filled with unease and dread. Weird questions tormented me. What had happened to Grandma? Was she too abducted? Was she too a concubine? Was she raped? Does anyone know anything about this in my family? Who has the answers? I wonder if my mother or sisters know something that I have missed. It is a long time since we all met, all 5 sisters. Now we are all going to meet at my nephew's engagement party. Anjar is only an hour's drive from Beirut, and I'm happy that my daughter is with me. I'm the eldest of the 5 sisters. I have been like a second mother to Huri, Zephyr, Sosi, and Silva. I have taken care of them and their concerns since early on. Being together with my sisters takes me back to my very first party. It too was an engagement party. We were all gathered on Grandma's balcony, and I remember putting on my tiny dress, then running up the stairs to Grandma. I was old enough to stay up and see the wonderful, forbidden grown-up things. Even now I can smell the tobacco, and I feel the smoke in my face. I remember the women and their hairdos, and I remember my Aunt Marie and her manicured hands popping small cakes in her fiancé's mouth. But I do not remember Grandma. And yet here we are, standing side by side. These are the only photos I have where we are together. My mother was not with us at the party. She has been ill for a while. I'm worried about her, and I want to get her back on her feet. I must talk to her, ask her about Grandma, before it is too late.
Սոմերյանի ընտանիքի մասին շատ մանրամասնություններ կա, որ հիմա գահանենք, որ պետք է որ մնացնենք ամեն կտ լսեք մնդիգնե։ Մեր պանին, նենեին ընտանիքը, գիշ ես մեր նենեն, անոր ընտանիքը շատ նշանավոր ընտանիք եղած է։
Հիմա որ մեր նենեն, որ ամուսնացել եք, այսինքն ցկումը բանս, հայ արած է, չէ՞։ Հայ է, բայց սիրելով չեն արած իրեն։
Հոս եկել են դվեր են։
Մայրի սիրել մը գա։ Türkiye'nin sergen աղջիկները թողարնեն էին, երեք մարդիկ գարնեին։
The radio, Grandma's radio. Grandma had her favorite artist, Farid el-Atrash. He infatuated her. She kept his photos, kissed the photos. I remember Grandpa getting angry with her while we giggled. We never understood that this was Grandma's way of looking for love and affection.
Ormanal işte kokonçe dvat vergellagor. Ha? Hay gelov. Aman inç angirtay yanknir, inç angirtay yanknir.
Բայց ինչու անանգեր, ինչու աստես ագեր ինչ։
Ես գիտեմ մկա, ama մարդուն դիսն է։ Ես ասան եմ տունան անի։
Այս երբ բաճարը պետք է լավ որ ինք ասան գյանքեն զսված է։
Ես ինքը գիտե, իրենց գյանքը գիտեն։ Ես ուրեմ իրենք ունեն։ Ja samustatane hissundare gangani geri yesin
Da,
kitna.
inge het çerbat mer chartin masin da charti da ner masin pam cherhose.
Pam çerser. Pam buna çerser.
I was 16 when I heard about the deportations for the first time in my life from my teacher. I was astonished. This was something we had never talked about at home. Neither Dad nor Mother wanted us to talk about it. We lived in a blessed ignorance. I still do not know whether my father knew about Grandma's experience and chose not to tell. I guess he had one goal in life, to come out of the misery.